We essentially decided that we both have a crush on her.
Yes, we do.
We do. I'm J.E. Sutton Jr.
And I'm Jeannie. Wait, do you say this is the co-authored life now?
No, it's your bit.
Oh, but it is the co-authored life.
This is the co-authored life.
Oh my gosh, he had to get the Audible, where we talk about things that happen to us in no particular order.
This week, we're going to talk about the premiere of Ted Lasso season 4.
Yes.
We're going to talk about Jeannie's experience listening. I want to bring down the internet. Reading to the Failsafe program on Audiobook from Audible. And we're going to talk about the fact that summer's over and schools are coming back in, and Jeannie has experiences with that. Along the way, we'll talk about other stuff that's happening in with those events. So off we go. Let's start
right in with the fact that summer is over.
Summer is over.
It has been a weird summer. We usually take a longer trip. We did a staycation, as you saw last week. Over 4th of July is usually when we go.
Right.
We couldn't do it this year with the flooring for the bathroom and all of that. I actually really don't know why we didn't get away. We didn't make it a priority.
Well, yeah, I think a couple of things interfered with that. I mean, I think you had some appointments. I think we had some.
Right, because that's what educators do is they pile all of their appointments into the summer.
We had 2 book signing events in the middle of that in the summer, so that complicated. And then we had our flooring to work out. And part of that time we were trying to figure out when we were going to do that. So all of it sort of came together to prevent us from doing all that. But we did get away last week for a lovely little 4-day staycation. It's not really a staycation because we didn't stay at home. We went to the beach.
Well, I think the staycation is you're right. We went to the beach.
Swam in the pool, listened to the ocean.
That's my favorite thing.
Right. Didn't do any housework or cleaning, things like that. So it was an interesting little fun vacation. We did. If you've seen our reviews, we ate in some new restaurants.
Mostly breakfast. We did.
Breakfast.
We do love our breakfast.
Mostly breakfast restaurants. We did that. We played mahjong all weekend, which Jeannie loves, and which I appreciate and I'm learning every time. I'm not as good at it as she is.
But you don't play it as often as I do.
So that was a great little thing. But summer is over.
It is.
And this is your first week back at school, though you're not. Well, you did have actually. I was going to say that you hadn't had the kids yet, but you actually did have interaction with kids this week.
Yeah, yesterday. So previous years, I've been at a middle school, and I love the middle school I was at. The staff is like family to me. I cherish them deeply. Things happened, and I moved to a different school halfway through last year, and it was a lovely school, lovely faculty for the most part. But it wasn't a good fit for Jeannie. So I asked to go back to the school I love and adore, and they had given my position away. So I am now at a different elementary school, which is just down the road from us. Like I could walk, but it's too freaking hot to walk right now.
Yeah, you left out part of that story though, right? Because you were going back to your school.
Oh yeah.
You had secured a position back at your school for a new student that was coming in, but
family decided that the best educational place was Florida School for the Deaf and Blind, FSDB, and totally agree. If we had children and they were deaf or blind, they would be going to that school because they cater to those needs for those students and their academic needs and everything.
And I don't have any experience there, but I imagine what also doesn't happen at FSDB and schools like it is that they don't allow the students to treat their challenges, their hearing, as something that makes them different, right? They're all the same.
Right.
And so special treatment's the wrong word, but they don't get, in mainstream schools, they tend to get a pass on behavior and other things that have nothing to do with their challenges. And I think that's the wrong message.
As an interpreter, we often say that the faculty looks at these children with poor little deaf child syndrome. And the only thing that is different about them, for the most part, I'm not saying this is a generalization, for the most part, is that they can't hear or their level of hearing.
Yeah, but many of these students have other challenges.
Yeah.
But many other students who do hear have those challenges as well. And so it is unfortunate that they get singled out and they don't get the experience they should get, which I think they probably do at these other schools, because they can't treat them any differently because they're all the same. So when they misbehave in class, they get called out for it because everybody in the class has that same challenge. And I'm using the word challenge not in a pejorative way, just they have to address the world differently than folks who do so with hearing.
They are children.
Yeah.
They're learning, they're testing boundaries, all of that. So anyway, this student was going to go to that middle school, and I was excited because, yay, I get to go back and be with my family. But then it was really, like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, really late.
2 weeks ago, I knew that their orientation was coming up, and I said, oh, do I need to go? We've planned this trip. You're going to have to get the other interpreter. And that's when they found out that this student was going to go to FSDB. Anyway, so good for them that they're going to get the services that they need. Sad for me because that meant I had to find another vacancy, and there are plenty in the district. We are in desperate need of educational interpreters. It's not a money-making
but it's steady work, and it has good benefits.
It does.
And there's a lot to be said for being involved in an industry where you're making a difference in children's lives. So that being said, if you're a interpreter out there looking for work, look to the school system and see.
Yeah.
Again, education at any level is not a get-rich-quick scheme. It never has been. Maybe it should be, but it's not.
Yeah, that's a whole different podcast. So anyway, I am now at an elementary school that's just down the street from us. I've been welcomed with open arms. I really have to say that the staff and the administration have been lovely. I'm a bit demanding when it comes to knowing my rights as an educational interpreter and what should be happening. And it was welcomed, and I was pleasantly surprised because it didn't happen last year at all.
Yeah, you had bigger challenges last year, getting them to understand
my role,
and what your needs were to perform your role, and that was what I was looking for when I talked to you about your experiences in your first 2 days, is what that culture was. And the culture is vastly different this year because when you tell me what their responses are all, let's see what we can do to accommodate that. How can we help with that? Here's what we can do.
Right.
They immediately went into problem solving versus we just don't do that.
Right.
We don't have a space. We don't do that. You can't do that. It was more of, let's see what we can do to accommodate that need. They were accepting. They accepted you as an expert in your field, as they should, because you've been doing it for a really, really long time. And they started to go out of their way to try to figure out what they needed to do to make you successful in your role. And that's their job, right? When you're in leadership in any organization, your job is to take away the obstacles for your staff to do their job. And if you're doing that, things are good. If you're not doing that, then I don't know what role you actually serve there. Leadership is about helping others accomplish things, not taking credit when things happen.
So as we said earlier, I have met some of the children that I'll be interpreting for. Elementary is elementary. I have a caseload of many, many children. I am basically the jack of all trade interpreter there. So I'll be covering all of the other services interpreting needs as well. So it's going to be a challenge. We were laughing last night because in other settings, if your student is absent, you can have a professional development day and work on your skill. That's not going to happen with the number of children I have to service. That sounds wrong. Children servicing. Anyway, that's, know the line. That's part of our training. So, I'm looking forward to this opportunity.
Well, we talked about that, right? I mean, you were disappointed when you weren't able to go back to the school that you had planned to go back in because you knew a lot of people there and you were comfortable there.
Yeah.
But when you talked about this role, you sort of got excited about it. It was different. It was a new experience. It's lots of different support. And one of the things that is challenging for you professionally, I know from having experienced it secondhand, is that you want to feel like you're making a difference.
Yeah.
And if you're not making a difference, you feel like you're wasting your time there.
Right.
Even though you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, if the student isn't watching you, or if the student isn't getting the support that they need to be successful in class and you can't help that, you feel like you're wasting your time.
Right.
And you feel professionally unfulfilled. So when you saw this opportunity, I saw it in your face. You sort of was excited about it, even though it's not what you wanted. So you went from being very, very down to being very, very optimistic and very, very hopeful because it's like, oh, I've never done this before.
Right.
This is a lot of different support that I'll be giving in different classes. And I know that interests you. And one of the challenges at that level, the elementary level, is there's not as much difference in, like, you generally don't have like 4 or 5 classrooms a day at the elementary level.
No.
But with what you're doing now, you do.
I do have a very variety. Yeah. My schedule will be very, very, very varied.
Very varied.
There's got to be a better way to say that.
It's really very, very varied. Anyway.
The letter of the day is V. V.
So in that way, it's a little more like your middle school experiences where there are different classes to go to. But,
right.
But I'm excited to hear how the day goes. I know Monday will be interesting as you try to get it figured out. You were talking this morning that you're not really sure what happens after lunch. Because you haven't seen schedule for that.
Right. Because I am filling in for all of the other providers' interpreting needs. Their schedules aren't set yet. So this week will be a let's see what works kind of week. So yeah.
Summer's over and school is starting. For many of you who have children, that's happening.
You're like,
next
yay,
week.
finally!
Yes, the kids are back in school. And for a host of professionals, educational professionals everywhere, they're going, oh, the school.
Yeah, but you know, talking to my friends, they're ready to get back.
Right.
They think about all the things that they could have improved on in the previous year, and they want to implement them. They want to see the kids.
Yeah. I think that's something people probably don't understand, that these people have a vested interest.
Right.
In
we love your children.
Yeah. In making the children's lives better. That's why they're doing it. Again, nobody's getting rich doing this.
Nobody.
It's just not. No matter.
Maybe admin.
Well,
at the higher level,
but not even that, because you can do administrative for higher pay in other organizations. People in this industry are doing so because they want to try to help the children,
right.
And people who try to put all sorts of nefarious ideas about what they're doing are wrong. They really want to make a difference.
You only work for 10 months a year,
right? And people who say that should try working in a classroom
for 10 months a year.
10 months a year and see how stressful it is, because it's a lot of work keeping up with that many people all at once. So I'm excited too. We'll see how it goes. We'll report back on the progress as the year goes on, and we'll see how Jeannie's new role is working out for her.
Will my gray hair go grayer? We'll see.
Will mine?
Yeah.
So our next topic is...
Pick one.
Is the new season 4 of Ted Lasso.
We love Ted Lasso.
We absolutely do.
I was worried.
Well, and yeah, I mean, seeing the previews, I wasn't as worried, but you always worry with a show with each change. Can they recapture the year before? In this case, the year before was
how many years ago was that? Do you know off the top of your head?
I don't know, but I
want to
think
say 5.
I think it was 3 or 4. Maybe it's 5.
I don't know.
But you worry that can they come back? Can they recapture the magic? And we watched the
3
first
4, yeah.
episode of Ted Lasso season 4 this past Wednesday, and our initial reaction to the first few minutes was, it's not in London.
Yeah. Oh,
yet.
crap. We're not even going to get to London
and we said that to ourselves, I'm going to be mad.
We paused it.
Yeah, we paused it to say, we're going to be mad because they didn't get to London.
Right.
Well, we should have faith, and so should you if you haven't watched it yet, that they did not get to London in the first episode. That's a little bit of a spoiler, but it's fine because what they do is they bring a little bit of London to you. They reintroduce some of the characters. They have a very touching moment for a number of the characters.
Yes.
And they sort of set the stage, build the world, if you will, for the season coming up. And I thought they did very, very well. It was very touching. We fell in love with the characters all over again.
Yes, we love Ted. We love Rebecca. We love Keely and Higgins. And that's really who we saw. Plus Michelle. Is that her name?
Michelle.
The wife.
Oh, I don't remember. It might be Michelle.
And
she's not really.
And of course, Henry. Well, Henry. It sounds like she's going to be.
Yeah, it sounds like Henry and his mom, if her name is Michelle, that's fine. If not, Jeannie will correct it in editing with telling us that we're idiots. But
big flash across the...
But yeah, it seems like they're going to have a bigger part this season. But they did a really good job of reintroducing the characters, catching up. They had a cute little scene at the beginning where they sort of catch up in a humorous way with what's been going on with them over the last... In the show, it's 2 years.
Is it?
Yeah, in the show, it's 2 years. I think in real life, it's more like 4. But it turned out to be a really touching episode, really fun. It ends on a really high note, and you're excited for what's going to happen next. I can't wait to see the next episode coming up this Wednesday.
Yes, Wednesdays on Apple TV, Ted Lasso.
Which brings us to the other thing that we knew before we watched the episode was just reinforced with this episode, and that is
Hannah Waddingham is a goddess.
We essentially decided that we both have a crush on her.
Yes, we do.
We do. So anyway, because we've just been watching her in another show on
Prime.
On Prime. It's Ride or Die with
Octavia Spencer.
Octavia Spencer. And they're fantastic.
Their chemistry is just it's delightful.
Yeah, Octavia Spencer's humorous chemistry is amazing, and
Hannah Waddingham is just badass.
Yeah, she's perfect for this role.
Quite different than her role as Rebecca on Ted Lasso.
Yes, quite different, but. And I think she knows this and she plays into it. She's alluded to it before. When you look at her, you expect a certain thing from her, and she delivers something else. Both in Ted Lasso and in this show, Ride or Die, she delivers two completely different parts, but both very different from what you might expect from just looking at her.
God, she's beautiful.
She's beautiful. She's talented. She's smart and funny. She's an amazing actress. She has a beautiful voice.
Yes.
Singing voice. If you've never heard it, you should definitely find videos of her singing. She is wonderful. And so we love it. And so we're really excited that she's back for Ted Lasso season 4. And she had some really, really nice scenes.
We're going to do some spoilers right now. So one of the things is that, of course, they're coming to Kansas because that's where Ted is, and Kansas City. So there's a whole bit about Kansas City, Kansas, and Kansas City, Missouri. And if you've ever been to Kansas, you've experienced that. Kansas City, I should say. Because I know growing up, we spent time in Kansas City, both Missouri and Kansas. And it's literally a road, boundaries.
Right. And so they play that up. And
so they play that up.
It's not something probably most people in the U.S. don't experience. I've never been there, but people from faraway places probably really can't understand how it could be
that
two different
cities is in two different
states.
states. Yeah.
And there's really two different things going on in the city. It's not one single place. It's really two different places joined by roads and bridges.
Right. So that was kind of a funny little bit going on. The other thing was Kansas City barbecue,
which I have had. It is very good.
Yeah, it is very good.
So yeah, they did a really big bit about this. And of course, they have people from London who haven't experienced it, and they're fascinated by it, and they end up falling in love with it, which is really, really fun. And the way that they do it, again, Hannah Waddingham's way that they play her in this is against expectations.
Right. Because she is, I mean, if you watch the previous seasons of Ted Lasso, she did grow as a person.
Right.
She did kind of pitch off that outer hard shell and become more of a, well, I mean, she always had that with like Keeley and.
She did, but early on, you remember she sabotaged Keeley. She used
that's
Keeley
true.
In her sabotage of Ted. And so she grew as a character. Again, we've talked about that before. All of the characters in Ted Lasso grow over time. But what they presented in this episode was her learning to love Kansas City barbecue and
the messiness of it.
The messiness of it. And that, of course, plays against her character, who we generally always see as a very put together person. And so they portray her here as trying to be that. But as anyone who's ever had barbecue knows, you cannot be a clean, pristine person eating barbecue with your hands. It's not possible. You're going to get a barbecue everywhere.
Right.
And so that's a little running gag in the show. It's very funny. It also allows them to put her in some American clothes. Which is a funny little
that's
bit.
not, I mean, that is like, I don't know. I wouldn't wear that stuff.
No, it was on the edge, but it wasn't her usual posh.
Yeah, that's
attire.
true.
It was a very sort of down to earth look. And one of them, I mean, one scene she's in a very down to look.
I'm talking about the rhinestone.
I know what you're talking about. The first scene that she's in, she's like a sweatshirt.
Oh, yeah.
And then later they put her in this very over the top influencer wear.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. That you would not normally see people wearing every day, but
who apparently is a huge fictional person in this world of Ted Lasso in Kansas City.
So we'll see. They may be going. I mean, that may come back later. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm excited to watch this series. Apple is, I want to say, dripping it out. That's not probably the term that they use, but you can only watch the episodes as they come.
Well, that's how they do it.
I know, but like with Bridgerton or something, they just give it all to you so you can binge it all.
Yeah, that's Netflix.
Well, I get that. I know Apple TV is actually really good about making you wait. And
Apple TV, HBO, they tend to do that on an episodic basis to build tension. Netflix has a different model. Sometimes we tend to wait a week or so that we
can have a couple
in the bank there. But of course, obviously that wasn't going to be happening this week because we jumped on it the same day.
We need to watch Silo, man.
Yes, we need to get back with Silo. We need to catch up on and finish watching For All Mankind. Because we can watch Star City.
Star City, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
I was going to say Star Island.
No, it's Star City, which is the Russian space city.
It's the opposite.
It's the opposite. It's the Houston equivalent in Russia for the space program. So we want to catch up with that and watch that. So, but we're really, really excited about watching another season, and they've hinted at this may not be the only season, that there may be additional seasons.
I've read that.
They may do two others after this. We'll see. We hope so. Love the characters. I think it's a beautiful thing if they can do the same thing for men's soccer with audiences that they do that for women's soccer, because
I mean, we love women's soccer.
We love women's soccer, and not enough people pay attention to
it.
But it's a fascinating sport. It's fun to watch, and it's for the sake of children everywhere who want to get involved in sports.
What's the the line about the grill in Gilmore Girls. Luke sponsors the local soccer team, and
you didn't have to kick her in the head. She was all up in my grill.
I don't like it when people are all up in my grill either. Sorry, we love Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls. Never turned down a chance to quote Gilmore Girls.
Right.
All right. So moving on to the next segment.
So go watch Ride or Die.
Yep.
Go watch Ted Lasso. All the seasons, if you need to catch up,
are on Apple. Yep.
But please.
Yeah. If you've never watched it, oh my goodness, go pause this, go watch the first episode, come back and watch the rest of this. But absolutely, Ted Lasso is a fantastic show and one that will defy your expectations. It certainly defied ours when we first started watching it because you think.
And see why we totally love Hannah Waddingham.
So you'll have a crush on her too by the time you finish.
She's just this curvaceous, beautiful light of a person.
Yeah, and when you see her doing publicity tour stuff in private moments, that she's just a very down to earth person. She's a very nice person. So, absolutely go watch Ted Lasso. Catch Ride or Die on Prime, and tell us, drop us a line. Tell us what you think about it. So the next segment we're going to talk about is actually Back to the Future, almost literally, because we're going to talk about the audiobook format, the audiobook of the Failsafe Program, my first novel.
So, of course, it went public. I don't know how you say that. So it's available on Audible. And I told Jerry, I'm like, oh, I really, really want to listen to it. And, I've read the book at least 4 times now.
Right.
And I put it in last week because I finished The Pillars of Earth by Ken Follett, which is really good. And I'm driving along listening to it, and I'm giggling, I'm chuckling, because Camry Fletcher has done an amazing job of catching the essence of the book.
Right.
There's a scene where they go into a courier office and talk to a receptionist there. And I could picture the receptionist just gum chewing, like, I can't be bothered with you people. Why are you here? That whole attitude in just the few lines that she had.
And to be very clear, that's not in the text itself.
No.
It doesn't literally say she's gum chewing.
No.
It does talk about her being bored and disinterested. And Camry Fletcher, as I believe all good audiobook narrator producers do, took that and said, okay, how would you translate that into the Audible medium? And she did that across the book. I mean, the reason why we selected her was based on
a snippet that
she heard where she perfectly captured an interaction between Stacy and Alan at the beginning of the book, which comes off as very flirtatious and flippant and just sort of sarcastic in a playful sort of way. And she captured it perfectly. And I knew from the moment I heard that, I said, this is the narrator that we want.
Yeah.
And we easily listened to a dozen other narrators. We came back to her over and over again because of that scene, because of how well she did.
Yeah.
She was a delight to work with. She did an excellent job mentoring me through the process because I had never done it before. I learned a lot about that, and hopefully I will get a chance to work with her again, and it'll be better for her this time because I've learned so much about the things that she needs to do her job that I did not do the first time, which was breaking out some of the characters, giving her a little bit of help figuring out how to voice those characters.
And how to pronounce their names.
How to pronounce names. That's very important. She and I had to go back and forth afterwards to do that when she didn't guess right, which she did most of the time. There was only a couple that she got differently. But,
so I have not finished it.
Right.
I'm just at the point where it's starting to get gritty and,
so
something's afoot.
Jeannie's going through this now. I went through it a couple of months ago when Camry first submitted.
So you listened to it all?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
see how much we communicate, people?
So
this is my life.
When Camry submitted the masters to me, I listened to all of it from start to finish, so I could catch those things that she got wrong, the names that weren't pronounced the way that they come across in my head, and a couple of other minor things. Nothing structural. There was nothing technical that I asked her to change. It was all stuff about how I had done it. In fact, there was one part where she fixed something that's wrong in the manuscript, a verb tense that's wrong in the manuscript. That just happens sometimes when you're writing. But
did you go back and fix it in the print?
I have not even dealt with that. I don't even know if I remember where it was. It was such a minor little thing. I doubt you've read it 4 times. You haven't noticed it. I've read it a bunch of times. I haven't noticed it. It's
yeah, but
minor little thing.
I mean, I know I'm your editor, but I might not be the best editor. I'm just saying.
Editors miss things too. It's like I said, it was just a slight little switch from past tense to present tense.
Oh.
It happens. If you remember, in my second book, I had a whole chapter where because of the way I wrote it, I switched the verb tenses, and I had to go back and try to find them all. It took weeks to get them all back right. But anyway, the point of this, when I went through and listened to it myself, after having been away from it for several months, I had not read it since we first published it. Well, I went back through it again when we did the second edition.
Come on.
I did the same thing that you did. I rediscovered the book because I was like, oh, I wrote that, but hearing it and hearing the voices and hearing the emotion that she put into it brought it alive to me. So I'd suggest you that even if you had read the book, if you enjoyed it, and you like audiobooks, go and get a copy of it on Audible or Apple Books.
Oh, it's on Apple Books.
It's on Apple Books as well. Oh. Apple Books and Audible. Go and get it and listen to it. It's fantastic. Obviously, we're sharing profits with Camry because that's the deal that we have. So she benefits from it. We benefit from it.
And so help Camry out.
Help Camry out.
I need to put some sad music in here and show you pictures of narrators trying to find gruel to eat.
Narrators on bread lines or something.
You too can help.
I think she's doing fine. All the pictures I've seen, she's doing fine. But it's excellent work. Again, I hope we work with her again. She's a breeze to work with.
I'm really Ken Follett book was very good, but it's nice to kind of have something. I'm not going to say lighter because your book isn't light. But it's fast paced. It's right. Moving. It's constantly in Ken Follett. It's like a minutia of details about a cathedral.
Right. So yeah, and I know exactly what you mean. So the Failsafe program is fast paced, faster paced even than the follow up Cybernetic Resonance is, even though they're both tight thrillers. But the Failsafe program, just by the nature of the narrative, is faster paced, tighter, feels tighter. And I think you're right, because I'm reading the brothers Karamazov, and that is similar to what she's describing with Ken Follett. It is, 40 pages of a philosophical discussion about the nature of religion. It's fascinating stuff, but it's not tight, fast-paced action, and it's certainly not light in any way, shape, or form. Don't get me wrong; it's really good. In fact, I'm going to be talking in the coming days about a passage that I found in there that I think is very relevant to the writing profession. You'll see that later on social media.
I know nothing about this.
Yeah, I'll tell her later. But anyway,
or he won't.
I will. This because it's very fascinating. So the Failsafe Program audiobook, go and get it, especially if you like audiobooks.
Here's the bad thing about my new job is because it is.
Oh, you don't have as much travel time.
Literally 4 blocks from our house.
Right.
The commute will take me 2 minutes, and 2 minutes of audiobook is like a big old tease.
Yeah, you don't have a chance to even get really back into the story.
No, so, but
to find other ways to do it. I mean, I've done it sitting around the house. You could do it doing other things.
I really wish I could pop in my headphones when I'm at physical therapy, but they're always talking to me, so I can't.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I want to listen to my book. Please be quiet.
So, yeah. So, there you go. Audiobook. We're building slowly there, but I really hope people pick up on it and they like it. I think it's a great medium to listen to.
And yes, I read audiobooks.
And if
Come at me.
If you're listening
See
to
what
this,
happens.
If you're listening to this podcast or one of the shorts on this, here's a little gift for you. I have a limited number of free listens on Audible that I have to give out to for reviewers.
Free.
Yeah, no charge to the listener. I have a limited number, small number. But if somebody's listening to this and would like to listen to it for free and then leave a review, drop us a line. And we'll see what we can do about that. We certainly have
Let me just summarize that again for you. If you like audiobooks, if you would like to experience the Failsafe program again, Jerry has codes for free audiobooks.
Right. We
just ask that you leave a review.
Yep, that's it.
Because reviews are the lifeline of authors.
Yes, they are. And it's very difficult. Somebody said the other day that in the, and I don't know what it is in audiobooks, but in the printed medium that it takes 100 readers to get 10 reviews.
I totally believe that. Just from experiencing your life, I know you've had over 100 readers,
and the reviews are in the low double digits. It takes literally hundreds of people to get a decent number of reviews. People don't leave reviews. I really don't know why. I'm not even talking about typing a review out. I don't even care about that.
Just hit the star.
Hit the star. Let us know that you liked the book,
or didn't like
it. Really, whatever you felt about the book is.
Be honest.
Yeah, be honest. But I mean, if you enjoyed reading the book and you read another one, I mean, at least rate it 3 to 4 stars. And if you really, really liked it, rate it 5 stars, and you'll make the life of your of the author very, very happy, as that will help spur sales and keep them writing. So anyway, that's I think that's about all we have to say about the audiobook of the Failsafe program. Drop us a line if you're interested, though, because we certainly do have some codes.
Free audiobook. Come and get it.
And you don't even have to be a member. I mean, you could create a free account.
There you have it. You don't have to be a member.
You don't even have to be a member of Audible to do this. So the free codes are only available for Audible. I don't have any codes on Apple. But again, you don't have to pay Audible anything to listen to this book.
Okay. All right. I think that's it for the week.
All right. So another week we've done it. Anything? Any final thoughts?
Nope.
You want me to string it along a little bit more?
No.
You want me to talk for 2 more minutes?
I don't know. Do you have your soapbox ready? What are we going to talk about?
I don't know. We didn't really get into any soapbox.
You totally didn't. You totally missed my soapbox moment. You just talked right over me.
Which was
I'm not even going to go there. All right. So we'll see you next week, next chapter, next book.
Have a great day.